right, so on Your Side Mirror this morning, we'll be understanding the regulatory framework for teachers in Nigeria. And joining me this morning on the phone line, I have Mrs. Ronke Soyombo, who is the Registrar and the Chief Executive Officer for Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria, TRCN. Madam, it's nice to have you join us on the program. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
And you're welcome to Traffic Radio.
Thank you very much, and thank you so much for inviting me.
All right, so let me first start off by saying a big congratulations to you. This is the first time we are having you on the program since your appointment as the new person in charge, the Chief Executive Officer of TRCN. So congratulations, madam.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right, let's jump on it. Right. So, what is the function of the TRCN in the education equation of Nigeria?
Right. Thank you very much. Our function is what we do is to professionalize teachers, and professionalizing teachers is empowering them because we can be likened to law school. You've been to university to read law, but you still have to go to the law school in becoming a professional, and the same thing with medical school. So something to raise the profile of teachers, that's what we do. So we actually do professional qualifying examination, the PQ exam, and as soon as teachers are able to pass this, then we certify them and we give them license. So that's the major work. And not only that, we do quite a lot in terms of categorizing teachers, because quite a lot of states are working with us in wanting to know who are the teachers that are good enough for their smart schools. I'll take Enugu, for example.
All right.
So those are the kind of things that we work on. But I mean, it's quite a lot that we do in terms of also leadership, professional standard for school leaders,
right,
and code of conduct. Then we have a very important department where we deal with teachers' investigative panel, because if you have the right to actually professionalize teachers, within the arts also we have the right to strike teachers off, where teachers have actually done something that is not worthy of emulation, really. So those are the kind of things that we do, but we don't use that stick enough at all. I mean, we don't actually intend using that because we want our teachers to continue to be very good in all our schools.
All right, so let's put it in context now. So you regulate teachers. Now, when we say teachers now, teachers for primary schools, secondary schools, or are we talking about teachers also in the tertiary institutions? Anybody
that is teaching students are all under TRCN. So we regulate primary schools, early years, secondary, and we also deal with tertiary institutions. And not only that, we accredit trainers that are suitable for our teachers. So there are quite a lot of... So, I mean, you will see that the site we're launching now, a lot of accredited trainers in Nigeria are very eager. A lot of them are registering at the moment because they have their logos on our website, and the moment they click on it, it can link people to their own private site. But the key thing is we're looking at how standard can get better with teachers. So anything to do with teachers is what we do. Right. And we work collaboratively with other agencies as well. We've got UBEC and we've got all our other sister agencies that we work with.
Okay, so if that's the case, is TRCN, are you guys new?
We're not new. We're not new at all. But I'm new because I'm less than 100 days on the seat. But at the same time, there are quite a lot of things that we're doing at the moment. So we're not new, and it's an established agency, really.
Because I'm just curious. But, I mean, if that's the case, if TRCN has been in existence for that long, how come we're having schools that are, making use of teachers, some of them not purely qualified, some of them not fully certified? Is it to say that they're not aware of your agency?
Thank you very much, sir. Those are things that we have met on ground, but at the same time, I remember when I actually got this position, quite a lot of people were saying the same thing that you're asking me this morning. And also, a lot of people reported that they've sat for the exam, they've not been certified, they don't have the license. So on the 25th of August, we're launching out a website and portal that we have created so we can actually reach out to more teachers now. And the international world is aware of TRCN as well, because we do we actually give certificates to teachers working abroad that have certified, that we have certified. So we work with Canada, we work with US, and also UK. So, but at the same time, we are in existence, and there's a lot that will be coming out now, because I know my predecessors, they have laid a very, very good foundation for me to build on. But I have very good, very formidable team that we're working together. There's a lot coming out to see how teachers can be better supported in our society, to see how we can raise the profile of teachers across board, and to see that everybody respects teachers in our society.
Okay, so like you said, you are more or less like the law school if for students who are taking up a law degree, or a medical school for students who are undergoing medicine in school. So how does it work? Is it to say that when you finish your degree, then you have to come for a compulsory course from the TRCN, or how does it work?
Yes, what we've been doing with schools, with colleges of education, is when they're actually graduating their students, they make them to sit for professional qualifying exam. So we induct them into becoming professional teachers. And I know you mentioned the private schools. At the moment, we're coming out with an amnesty where we're going to give everybody 2 years to be able to actually go and do their PDE. So there is a lot of, we're doing a lot of preparation towards that under the Honorable Minister. So we're doing a lot towards that to see that everybody complies, because we're getting to the level where teachers without TRCN certificate may not be allowed in classes. But at the same time, we've got to give the leeway time to teachers to quickly buckle up on this. But don't forget that in quite a lot of our private schools, we have teachers who are not qualified educationists. So that's why we want them to go into colleges of education and quickly do their professional to do their postgraduate diploma in education.
Right.
As quickly as possible, so that the quicker they do it, the better it is for them, because it is a prerequisite in actually sitting for the professional qualifying exam.
Okay, so let me give you a scenario. So I am good at teaching. I love teaching, but maybe I went to the university, I came out with a degree in philosophy, or perhaps in sociology, or it might even be in psychology, but I just love to teach. And I've been doing that for, let's say, 10 years. Does that stop me from... I do not have the TRCN certificate, by the way. But does that stop me from being a qualified teacher?
Yeah, it stops you from being a qualified teacher, sir, because no matter who you are, we still want you to go in and do a PDE courses or PGDE courses. Because the quicker you do that, because, in as much as you can have the subject knowledge, the pedagogy matters. Because everybody has got to break it down to suit the needs of our children. There are quite a lot of things that you may not know. How do you differentiate your lessons? How do you actually adapt that lesson to suit the needs of every individual child? Do you have their learning styles? So those are all the things that will come when you're going for PGD or PD courses. And that's something that we're seriously encouraging everyone teaching in all our schools to go for, because you would not, to me, you would not actually go into the court if you have not been called to bar. And not only that, you won't say you've done a course and because you're very good in law, I've read it, I understand it, but you've not been to the law school. You will not go into the law court to go and practice. And that's exactly what we are propagating, that everybody wanting to teach in our classrooms must go back to the school and do their PGD and PD courses. And as soon as they do that, we're seriously willing to embrace everybody and to see how we can support them. So there are quite a lot of schools that are into that now. We're working with NTI, that's the National Teachers Institute, and also we're working with quite a lot of other tertiary institutions to make sure, what Amnesty is going to be bringing out is we might be reducing the number of months that people can do their what their qualification is and how long they have been teaching in classes. So there will be quite a lot of concessions. There will be a lot of a lot of rights that they can exercise under the amnesty, and that's something we're looking into really. But we will be coming out hopefully between now and October, and I'll rather want the Honourable Minister to speak on this.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's look at it now. So from TRCN's perspective, do we have enough qualified teachers in Nigeria?
At the moment, I will say we're still short-staffed in Nigeria. In Nigerian education, we still need more teachers. However, what we're propagating is weak standard cannot produce high standard. And that's why we're seriously looking into how can we empower teachers more, because everybody talks about competency, everybody talks about subject knowledge, everybody talks about the baseline assessment that we're using to accept people into universities, into tertiary institutions, that is very, very low. But at the same time, are we going to be talking about that at the detriment of our future leaders? So that's why you will see that we're going to be working with quite a lot of agencies. There was something we launched last week. There was something we signed for. That's the Memorandum of Understanding with Gmind in US, where we're going to be having AI-generated lesson plans. So, and it comes with simulation, and we're going to be contextualizing this to suit the needs of every class of children that we're going to have in all our classes. And I'm sure UBEC is also coming up for something similar as well. Because if we can have all these lesson plans in place, if every teacher can actually be equipped more, because as soon as you get registered with TRCN, there's a lot you can gain from a website, the trcn.gov.ng. So they will have a right to be able to download things. And for teachers in rural areas as well, where they can tell me that, Ronke, we don't have access to computers, they're free to go to our state offices to be able to access resources, really.
Right. All right, and just give me 1 second. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. This morning, we're trying to understand the regulatory framework for teachers in Nigeria. And we're doing that from the perspective of the Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria. On Iyanowuru and Bariga Corridor, I understand traffic finally subsided, and the entire stretch of Third Mainland Bridge, both in and out, highly appreciable movement being experienced right now. We did tell you within the Ojo corridor, the reported accident at Rasco inwards, this is Ikorodu rather, Rasco inwards Owodioniri is now being cleared out of the road. So we have traffic moving steadily due to high and of course, a morning rush as well. The update quickly from the Ejigbo corridor says we have scraping of the road, which is ongoing at Randog Okiafa, which is causing a slow movement from Jakonde Gate inwards Kpako. So you need to take note of that if you are navigating through that corridor at this time. Of course, that's what is causing the slowness, all right? Those of you around Jakonde Gate heading towards Isolo are slow there due to some rehabilitation activities ongoing at Randok inwards Okiafa. All right, so let's look at some of the challenges, because I know in recent time we've had one or two issues with some of our exams, and some people have adduced those kind of challenges due to probably, teachers, some of them not being standardized. We have the issue of WAEC recently, result released, and only for them to come back to say, well, they had a glitch, and hence some of those papers were upgraded. We had the issue of JAMB as well. Do you think all this can be hinged on the doorsteps of the poor standards of teachers that we have in the country?
Well, I won't totally say that, but at the same time, I'm not going to move away from the fact that that standard is still, is still a concern. And that's why you will see that I spoke about what we're doing in order to see that we can get standard better as quickly as possible, because there's no point in having an agency if you're not going to make impact on learning. So, and that's something that we're seriously focusing on. At the moment, with the professional qualifying exam that everybody is supposed to be sitting for, In the past, it was for 23 subjects, but now we've slimmed it down to 5 subjects. And that is seriously going to impact on teaching and learning in classes, because now every teacher conveniently can go online to read, to actually use some of our resources to read ahead of our exam, because it's not just about examination, it's about what impact it is having on children. And that's something that we're seriously looking into. Safeguarding is a big thing for us at the moment, because a lot of children, we want them to feel safe in their different schools. And what's the procedure? How do we handle safeguarding issues? You will see that there will be a lot of questions coming on safeguarding.
Right.
There will be a lot of questions coming on pedagogy. How do you break the lesson down? How do you actually attend to the learning styles of every child? How do you carry these children along with you? Because it's one thing to have subject knowledge. It's another thing to adapt it to suit the needs of the children. And also we're looking into ICT proficiency, digital literacy. I mean, I've been at centers where people are sitting for examination. A lot of our teachers, they have the subject knowledge, but some of them don't even have the digital skills. So those are things that we're propagating that every teacher of the 21st century should please have, because we must be able to speak the language of the children to them in classes. We're talking of the alpha generation children.
Right.
All that they know is about devices, technologies, devices. And so teachers also must be able to speak the same language in classes.
Okay.
So, and we're looking at maths and literacy, the foundation maths and literacy, because if you don't have those basic maths and literacy skills, what are we saying you're teaching our children? So all those key things are very, very vital to us.
All right.
Because standard has got to improve, and this will impact on the subject knowledge of their own areas as well.
Let's see if we can expand the scope beyond the studios this morning to also hear from our listeners, the motoring public, and those at home as well. 080-99-120-777, 091-5387-7127. We're dissecting the regulatory framework for teachers, and we're talking about it from the perspective of TRCN. Have you heard about them before? If you have, you can share your thoughts with us. And I have the chief registrar of that particular body on the line this morning. Let's hear from you as relates to the regulatory framework that they provide. All right, 080-99-120-777. Very limited time left on the program. 091-5387-7127. These are the numbers. All right, then. I have this one here. It says, good morning, Ma. How is TRCN planning to make teaching in Nigeria more respected? It says like in other countries. Tokwe is sending this one in from Lagos Island.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Joppa. Good morning. And with what we've been talking about, when people see that the kind of standard that you're showing in classes, when they see that standard is getting better, definitely we will be respected more.
Let's take this call.
As the government...
Let's take this call. Hello there. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
All right, good morning. What's your name?
My name is Fure.
Fure, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Okwebi.
Okwebi, all right, then go ahead, Fure.
How old is this TRCN? That's one. That's my question, because I think the lady did not answer that question. She says she's less than 100 days in office. How old is this federal government agency? Okay. And that's true. My second question is, TRCN seems to me, from what she has said, has come to replace the Teachers Training College or the Teachers Institute.
Okay.
That is just mirroring the same activity. What void have they come to fill?
Okay. All right.
I'd like to hear from you. I'll listen about the radio.
All right. Thank you very much, Fure, for those two questions. Madam, she's asking, how old is TRCN?
I didn't get it at all, please.
Hello,
the line is quite...
All right, she's asking that how old is TRCN, when perhaps, when was it established? And then the second question is, has it come to replace the old teachers training colleges that we had back in the days?
Okay, thank you very much. TRCN actually started in 2003, and since then it's been in existence, really.
That's like 22 years now.
Sorry, 1993.
Okay, 1993. Okay,
1993.
Okay, that's like 30.
It's been in existence.
Yes, 32 years now.
Yes, and we have not come to replace the old teacher training colleges.
Colleges.
Yes, teacher training, TRCN is a regulatory body, and we're affiliated nationally. You will see that we're part of African Teachers Regulatory Body as well. So it's a recognized body. Okay. And what we do is, that's what we've been talking about, things that we regulate we regulate teachers' professional standard across board terms of code of conduct, in terms of professional standing, and yes.
All right.
So that's what we do, and we work with leaders as well.
All right, then. Another one here says, good morning, Ma. How is TRCN planning to make teaching in Nigeria? Okay, so that was the first question. Another one here says, good morning, Traffic Radio. Are teachers required to write an exam before they can be fully licensed by TRCN? Esther Daramola is sending that one. I think she talked about that earlier on as well. Another message here says, good morning, happy new week. Teaching standards across the country has dropped in recent years. I don't know, maybe because we have so many more private schools now. So how is TRCN addressing this? Shehu Ibrahim is sending that one in, saying, thank you so much. Another question here says, does TRCN have a database for all registered teachers in Nigeria that parents or school what? Okay, that parents or schools can check. Wale is sending this one in from Ikorodu. Okay, so maybe just respond to that last one before we begin to round up the program. So do you have a database?
Yes.
We have a call?
Yes, we have a database, and that's what we are launching on the 25th of August. But at the moment, we've started using it just to test run it, that is up and running, so that we can take all the bottlenecks. So please, if people want to go to www.trcn.gov.ng, www.trcn.gov.ng. We definitely have a database for all teachers. At the moment, we've got 1.4 million teachers on our database.
Wow.
And our target within the next 2 years is to have 20 million teachers.
Okay, then.
And that's why we've actually created it, so that you don't need to go to our offices to get your certificate or your license as soon as you sit for the exam, because everybody is expected to have to have the qualification as an educationist, and then to register for PQE exam. As soon as you sit for that exam and you pass it, we'll definitely license you, and we'll give you your unique PIN number to practice in our schools.
Okay, then. So we have to keep it here at this moment because of time constraints, even though we're having so many people sending in messages and callers as well. One of these days, we'll still have to get you back in the studios, and then you can respond to all these concerns. But thank you so much for connecting with us this morning, madam.
Thank you very much, and thank you so much for inviting us this morning.
Okay, then.
Thank you.
We've been trying to understand the regulatory framework for teachers in Nigeria, doing that from the perspective of the TRCN and Mrs. Ronke Soyombo, who is a registrar and chief executive of that particular agency, has taken us to the classroom this morning. We have to go. The program has been produced by Mike James, and I say a big thank you to Remi Aluko and Okwemi Shodunke. Our executive producer is Tayo Akonle. My name is Victor Oteri. I'm out. Stay very much within. Bye.